I am so excited to announce that I will be having my first guest on this episode of the podcast. Do what you feel now. Electric feel now. If that's not the absolute best way to start off the new year, I don't know what is. And you knew that was going to happen because if you listened to last episode, I told you that the flute was going to be a recurring guest. So it really isn't my first guest because the flute was on. Is it a flute even? I don't even. It's like a. I guess they don't sell clarinets like this, but it's like a whistle. I mean, it only makes one noise. I've put my fingers on all the holes and at multiple different times. Didn't put my fingers on any of the holes, and it sounds the exact same. So, I mean, I guess that's what you get for $5, but I guess it's a flute. I feel like that's wrong. Or a recorder. It's wood. It's like bamboo, but it's not real bamboo. It's fake. But if you didn't know what that song was, that was Electric Feel by MGMT. That was the wind section that I performed. And yeah, so my first guest of the new year was a flute. Or a clarinet. Let me Google this. Give me a second, people. Let me see if this is what this looks like. Flute. No, I don't know what I have really. But I perturbed my cat, that's for sure. My cat's over here looking at me like she wants me to die or something. So, all right. Well, I think that was a great way to get started. I think that was a really, I hope it made you smile. And I think the beautiful thing about me playing the flute right there and not really knowing how is that there's always room for improvement and I'll grow. And you'll look back at this episode one day and you'll be like, wow, that this Picasso of flutes started out like that is inspiring to me. But yeah, I love that song, and I wanted to play it. Like, I wanted to play 15 seconds of it, but, I don't want to have any copyright issue because I haven't used anything where I can get, like, busted and disgusted for on this podcast because they could rip it down if they want, and I don't want this glorious episode to have to be taken down because I played Electric Feel, the wind section. Even though that would be awesome. I mean, if I played it and got away with it, but I just, why play the wind section of MGMT's Electric Feel if I could just do it myself? I did it myself. And I don't know why I did that. Sound like Bill Clinton a little bit at the end there. So that's what that was. Cute. Excuse me, that was my Nicki Minaj sneeze. It happens sometimes. Moving on. So I was thinking, how I think last episode or 2 episodes ago I was talking about Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Imagine wearing the Gwyneth Paltrow orgasm fragrance and somebody saying, "Ooh, what's that perfume you have on?" Gwyneth Paltrow's orgasm. I have nothing else to say. I'm just going to leave that there. But really if I ask somebody, "Oh, what is that?" and they tell me, I'll be like, And then I just walk away slowly. Just backward though. Not turn around, just walk away backward. Slowly. What does that even smell like? I Googled it because I have to know. But people are saying it smells like fantasy and seduction. Whatever that smells like. And the ingredients are bergamot or bergamot. I don't know if that's French or not. Bergamot. Geranium or geranium. Cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose and ambret seed. I mean, and the candle's supposed to smell funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected. You know what would be beautifully unexpected? I'm not going to say it, actually, because I can't be threatening people on my podcast. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. Nobody's vagina smells like that. So it's a lie. It's a scam. That's like me selling my foot scent and saying, oh, it smells like tulips, roses, petal flakes, ginger, lavender seed. You know, it's all a ruse. And I'm going to pay $99.99 for that? The audacity. The audacity. Like, you know what? And like, it's bad now. It's to the point where like there's certain things that are just like always going to be in my mind. Like when I die, all these memories will flash, right? And just there's going to be some just dumb things there that just have a permanent place. And friggin' Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina scent has a very small place. And it shouldn't. But there's nothing I could do about it. These are the things I think about. But, I mean, if that doesn't inspire you to sell something, I mean, I don't know what will. Because she's literally selling the scent of her vagina, and it's not even the scent of her vagina. So it's just on a whole nother level of businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? That's like me selling cheese, but then actually selling you ham. I have to move on. Because it's just becoming too much. This is becoming the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina orgasm podcast. And it's like, I have other things to talk about and my life is more important. So, moving on, people. I have to do it or nobody will, you know? Oh, so my Christmas and my New Year's. Christmas was really cool. I spent time with my family. That was nice. I ate, it's always nice seeing the family. Blessed to be able to do that. I haven't seen like all my family in one spot in a decent amount of time. So that was beautiful. I got a lot of Misadventures stuff, which is really cool. My mom got me a Misadventures with Mary Grace mask and a Misadventures sweatshirt, and it has the Spotify code on the back. So a rando can see me walking around ShopRite and take a picture of my back and can find my podcast. So I think that's amazing. I almost teared a little bit because it's such a thoughtful gift. And there's really, like gift-wise, that's a perfect gift because I love this podcast. So that was just really sweet. And I can't wait to wear it. I'm going to wear both of them and I'm going to like be a walking brand. My own brand. Unlike the guy that I saw at the Brooklyn Pier with the friggin' Puma tattoo and a Planet Fitness tattoo. And it was real, people. It was real. But that's what I should get. I should get a large Misadventures tattoo on my face. Misadventures. And like have maybe like a portrait of my face on my cheek. Or like Misadventures with Mary Grace on my back. Because then it's real. Then you know I'm serious. And this isn't a podcast. This isn't a joke. This is serious. But, yep. And then I went to church, and that was really nice. I cried both times when I went to church. I just, not cried where, like, my hands were on my face, but just, I was teary-eyed, because the music is so beautiful, and just, when I'm really in the moment, and I think about, all that I have, I'm grateful, you know what I mean? So I think it's just important to really, for me at least, just to be able to feel that and to allow myself to just really be in that headspace. And I'm glad that I can feel that way in church. So I just thought about, my grandpa and stuff and, people I miss and, some friends that have passed away, and this is not, it's not going the way I wanted, but it's just, I'm grateful for what I have, and, I miss the people I love, and just to still feel their love in my life, so, yeah. But yeah, I'm grateful for this life, so, I'm just happy I could feel that, so, and I'm just praying for the world. There is just a lot, there's been a lot going on, people. There's been a lot going on. People stormed the Capitol. Trump got impeached twice. Sorry, this has been like a long, I think it's been 2 weeks since I did the last podcast, but there's just been a lot going on. So, but yeah, that's happened. So Christmas and New Year's happened, and now all that happened. So it's just a lot, and I can't believe I'm living through this. This is all going to be in the textbooks. When my kids grow up, it's going to be coronavirus, Trump, protests and riots, and this is all going to be what my kids are learning about, and I lived through it. And it's to the point where there's so much happening all the time where it's like, not that it doesn't feel real, but it's like when one problem happens, you can assess a problem. But then when like 30 things are happening, then it's just like you're juggling a ball, and then you don't know what ball's coming next. And you just got to throw the next one up in the air and then catch the next one. And you don't even really have time to know like which ball is in your hand. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not trying to get like, if I have something to say about it, I'm like really flabbergasted with all this, to be honest with you. I just know like if I was in the Capitol, everybody's over here stealing podiums and writing Nancy Pelosi sucks and stuff like on her papers and all that. I would be, I'll be like looking at the little plastic things they have on the wall, like the directory, and I'll be like, "Where's the cafeteria at?" And they would find me in the friggin' fridge, eating their boogamol and their fancy lemonade from freshly squeezed lemons, with like turkey in my mouth. That's where I would be at. And I mean, I would probably get busted for like trespassing, I guess breaking and entering. But I mean, if they find it funny that I was in the cafeteria area, will I really get in trouble? So I really wasn't harming anybody. You know what I mean? But in a way, like that's like you breaking into like a pet store and like petting the animals. You can't do that. Like it's a nice thing you were doing, but you can't be doing that. Well, I'm not even really doing anything nice. I'm actually just eating their food. Nah, I would probably get busted and disgusted. And my luck, I would get like handcuffed and like rolled out and friggin' dragged. You know what I mean? Like I would probably get it. They're like, this one can't move fast. We're gonna nab her. You know what I mean? So, speaking of moving fast, not something I do very often, but yeah, so I've not joined the diet because I'm not doing it with like Jenny Craig or anything. I don't even know if that's still a thing. I know like she's the poster person for it, but does that really exist anymore? Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm on like a keto diet, but like I'm like 80% on it. Like my breakfast is like a granola. No, I don't eat breakfast, even though it's the most important meal of the day. I don't love breakfast like that. And when I do eat breakfast, it's like mac and cheese, pizza, SpaghettiOs. Like I could do that when I was a kid. I don't do that now. I just don't have time for breakfast, and I just don't really care for it. So what I have for lunch now is cottage cheese, tuna on 5 crackers. It comes in like the pre-made thing, and like a granola bar, dark chocolate, and cherry pomegranate. And then for dinner, I have either chicken, egg salad, or tuna. And then I got keto bread. And you would think, oh, great, I got keto bread. I can go unlimited on bread and have like 4 sandwiches. It's not how that works. You're supposed to have 1 slice, open face sandwich. What is that? I might as well not even have the bread because I'm going to be tempted to have more. Who can have an open face sandwich? Please let me know. Because let me tell you, you have some, real grit. There's some real honor to that, to be able to do that. Now, that's discipline. But yeah, my whole thing is like, yeah, I'm sticking to it and everything. But then if there's free food offered, I can't resist. So I'll dabble. But instead of having 4 slices, I'll have 1 slice. Instead of 4 sandwiches, I'll have 1 sandwich. If I ate hot dogs instead of 4 hot dogs or 3 hot dogs, I'll have 1 hot dog. You know what I mean? So I'll portion myself out and then I go right back onto the diet. And it's good. I actually feel more energized. I feel more aware of my surroundings. I feel like my eyes are opened a little bit more, like physically, because my eyes are very small. And I feel like maybe this diet has given me some, muscle in my lids so I can see the world a little bit better, you know? Because you know what? What really pushed me over the edge with this diet was, first of all, me and my dad did we binged, we blasted off into the friggin' food ether. And we just ate all of our favorite foods and everything. And I literally felt sickly and I felt like a lump. Like if you could imagine what a lump feels like for maybe a week. And I just felt sick because it's just, you're not supposed to be eating all this garbage all the time. So I did. And then I felt disgusted with myself. And I said, all right, now I'm ready. And mentally, I'm ready. Like, you can't do a diet or seriously exercise if you're not mentally there. You could physically do it all you want, but if you're not mentally there, you're not going to be able to have the longevity and stay on it. But I'm mentally there. Like, I'm like, no, Mary, I'm not going to eat that. Stop now. I don't have the temptation like that. The only reason I'm eating outside of the diet is because I'm not going to torture myself. Like, if I want to have some, I'm going to have some. And if it takes me longer to lose the weight or to get more healthy, then so be it. But I'm not going to torture myself. I'm not going to have everybody around me eating souffle and I'm just going to be here eating 1 avocado. It's not going to happen. Like, let's be realistic, people. So, but yeah, what pushed me over the edge was I ate like a rabid animal, and then I felt like garbage. And then me and my dad did weigh-ins. You know how they do with the boxers and stuff, you weigh in before the match, right? That's what it was. I'm weighing in before I start this diet. It's me versus the diet 2021. And I gained, first of all, before I say what I gained, I went from middleweight division to heavyweight division. Oh yeah, I'm heavyweight division. And it's pretty cool in a way. I saw the number. I gained 30 pounds. That's 2 babies. Maybe 2.5 babies or 3 babies. Or maybe even 4 babies. I gained the weight of 4 babies in a few months. And you know what? I did it silently. I didn't even notice. I gained 30 pounds and didn't even notice. I wonder when I would have noticed. When I was just morbidly obese. You know what I'm saying? When was that going to happen? But there's some respect there for myself. So that's pretty friggin' awesome. That I didn't even know it. And I gained 30 pounds. That actually rocks in a way. Because my dad got me a Friends sweatshirt from China. And in China size, I'm like a 4X. Because everybody knows Chinese sizes are very small. So my dad got me a medium Friends sweatshirt. And I said, this doesn't look good. And there's medium shirts. That's my size. I'm a medium. I got this Friends sweatshirt. And pulled it over my head. And I needed my father, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend to pull it over my head and over my belly. I went up a whole size because that medium, I was about to bust out. Thank God that thing didn't have buttons or I would have killed my family. But I'm a large now. I'm rolling with the big dogs now. And that's not big. I'm just saying, for me, I went up a whole size. I'm large and in charge, man. Size large and large and in charge. But yeah, I went up a whole shirt size. And I'm not knocking it. It is what it is. I did enjoy myself. I'm not going to lie. I indulged. Maybe a little bit too much. Yeah. I'd say, if I gained 30 pounds and I didn't even notice silently, if somebody put a gun to my head, how much do you weigh? Oh, I don't know. And I went on the friggin' scale and I saw I gained 30 pounds. I wouldn't believe it. Silently. It's funny how that works. You know what I mean? You gain the pounds and it's like, how did this happen? you lose weight, you have to suffer and bleed and sweat, 80 times a day to lose 5 pounds. You know what I mean? So what an ordeal. What an ordeal. I bust out of a medium now. So, large Marge, baby. But yeah, I have some resolutions, and I've been sticking to it, which is pretty good. I told myself, hey Mary, if you keep making excuses for yourself, you're never gonna get anything done in your life. So it's time. See, my cats are always doing something in this house. That was them. So let me see. I want to pray more. I want to read the Bible because I've always wanted to read the Bible. I want to read the dictionary as well because I know Eminem did that, and he said, "Lose yourself in the music you do, makes a man never go." And I love that song. I'm Slim Shady, all you other Slim Shadys are just imitating, so won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. It's the return of the wait, what did he say? What? I'm like a head trip to listen to. He didn't just say what I think he did he? I honestly love that song. That's like my theme song. Not that I relate to much of it, but I would just love to like walk into a place, and that's like, yeah, I think a lot of people think about this. Maybe it's just me. Like when I walk into a place and I imagine music playing, and I'm like bum 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 bum, like that starts playing in the back. You know how cool that would be if that song's playing. The real Slim Shady, please stand up, and then me come walking into the grocery store. Come on. But I love that song, and honestly, I want to rap one day, and if I only make one hit, I want to go crazy, and I want it to be like that. So, mark this down, write this on your calendars, that one day this will happen, and I'll blow your minds. Hee hee. I love that. So maybe if I read the dictionary, I can drop some bars, some bars on you bitches, and I could do it on the podcast. So read the Bible, and I need to get the translated one from like modern English, so I could really digest that. Stop cursing, because I curse like a sailor, and I just like, cursing's cool. If you do it, that's awesome. It's just like I realize I just there's fucks and shit slipping all over the place, and I need to. There's no reason for it. I'll literally be talking about like grocery items, and I'm over here cursing, and it's like, hey, relax, settle down. It's discipline. Tell myself no, and that's how you get stronger. So, the diet, I've been good on that. I'm proud of myself, because old Mary Grace, I would have caved already. My head would right now be in the freezer, and my sister's ice cream. I want to do more yoga, because yoga's good. Yoga's good. That's a real workout. You don't think so? Just bending over slowly and putting your foot, behind your ear, and, your arms on your ankles. You wouldn't think, but, the sleeping dog and the angry baby pose. After that, you feel like $1 million. So I want to do more of that. I want to do kickboxing. But I have to get into decent shape first. So I've been walking around my house and stuff like that to get myself in shape. Clean my room, because, there's pants that I haven't seen in years, and I need to find them. Look for jobs. I've been reaching out to some people, and I've been getting some cool responses, so we'll see how that goes. I want to amp up this podcast. I want to get some video on here. I want the content to be even more exhilarating. I know when you listen to this, you're probably shivering in your boots because it's so much fun and so exciting, but I want to make it more. I want to read more, that's for sure, because of the books that I've read, I loved, so there's so many more stories to read, and so many things to learn about, and I always want to get better. I always want to, expand on what I know. I want to make more TikToks, because, I got a pretty good reaction from the first one. Me dancing in multiple restaurant parking lots. I mean, fast food establishments. So I'm going to do more of that. And I already have some ideas, which I sort of kind of nodded to in this podcast. I want to do more stand up. I want to write poetry. I want to make art. I want to learn how to cook. Because, I can make the basic stuff, but God forbid I'm like locked in a kitchen by myself. I got to learn. I got to really learn here. I want to volunteer, but I don't know what's going on with that now. And that's pretty much it. But, there's a lot on that list, so that gives me a lot to really work on. But I'm not going to get discouraged. I'm going to work on everything and see by the end of this year, see what I've done, see what I haven't, and see what I've done a little bit of. Because I just realized, if I would have started a lot of these things last year, right, they would be off my list. So it's just, and if I don't take the initiative, I don't start, when is it going to happen? Never. I'm just going to be old and feeble. And I still haven't read The Catcher in the Rye for the second time. You know what I'm saying? But I watched Wonder Woman 1984. I didn't like it. I love Kristen Wiig, but she's too funny for me to like be like an enemy, and it's just, I don't know, they could have made her more sinister, She was like Jaguar or something, and she was just like running around in like a cheetah suit. My cats. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something was missing there. And it was like 4 hours or something. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't. And all I could think about is Gal Gadot singing, "Look at all the people," during coronavirus. Thank you. That solves everything. Large Marge. I spoke about that. Oh yeah, me and my family went to Denny's for Christmas. And let me tell you, Denny's, their food's delicious, but that place is filthy. That place is filthy. During COVID, we went in there and there was a straw on like the little, it's like a balcony for the window, like a little perch, and somebody left a straw there, and the straw was black, and it was originally clear. So that's been sitting there for maybe not only months, maybe years. Black with dust. That place is so filthy. And I'm telling you, if I were to catch COVID, it would have been from Denny's. And what a sad place to catch COVID. But I told my family, I said, if we get it, this is where we got it from. I'm telling you all right now. And this isn't all Denny's, but I've had some, just odd experiences at the Denny's. Let me tell you. Like last time I went, my sister got she got like pancakes, and under her, there was ketchup on her plate. And that was the second time that happened. And why does she have ketchup on her plate? Because it wasn't washed completely? Come on. That's nasty. At least have it be like something related to a pancake, where you can at least explain yourself. But then, yeah, this time she got eggs and pancakes, and she literally partitioned her eggs, like with her hands. She cleaned her hands, of course. She's not a rabid animal, but her hands were clean, and she put her hands in the middle of the eggs, and she moved them, and she picked up her pancakes just to make sure there was no ketchup stain. But the audacity, man. And then, I don't know. I don't know what to say. And for some reason, I'm a sleepy Susan, man. For some reason, they can't put bananas in my pancakes. They used to do it. They used to be able to put the bananas in the pancakes and cook it together. And now they won't do it. I say, can you please put oh no, we can't do that. Why? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? What, does some toxin come out of the banana that I can't eat it? I'm willing to take the risk. I'm willing to take the risk, and he won't go. no, can't do it on his own. What's in my memories? I'm willing to take the risk. You know, if I freaking have toxic shock from pancakes, give it to me. It's a totally different experience when the bananas are cooked in the pancake and not. Because outside the pancake it's good, but it's like, oh, they're like weird, warm and slimy. Like inside it's delicious. But they won't do it. They won't do it. They refuse. And I ask every Denny's I go to, can you make it on the inside? No, I can't. I thought I could, but my cook said no. Why? And I've Googled it. I can't get a reason why. Why won't you do it? If it comes out shitty, I'm going to eat it anyway. When you're afraid you're going to cook the banana too much? Isn't that your job? But they won't do it. And honestly, like, that's a turnoff, But, yeah, so I've gotten to a lot of arguments at the Denny's as well. And just arguments that shouldn't have happened and they don't need to happen. Just make my bananas in my pancakes. It makes a big difference to me. But yeah, they won't do it. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. We don't do that here. Then what do you do then? This is a Denny's. This is a breakfast establishment. If you don't put bananas in pancakes, where can I find that? What's the reason? What's the reason? They can't even give me a reason. So, I hope one day, before I die, I know why they can't cook my bananas in my pancake. Why? But, I just, and you know what else? Oh my God, that was my bone cracking. I'm old. What would be worse though than getting it at a Denny's? Getting it at a TGI Fridays or McDonald's. Like, that's just some sad shit. I feel like I got it from McDonald's. I got the McGriddle, and next thing you know, like, it's just disturbing to think about, to be honest with you. But Denny's, I love their food, but it's just like, what kind of place is this? I feel it's like a circus without all the performers, But I could honestly see them having a Jerry Springer reunion show at the Denny's. Like, if that was going on, sadly, I wouldn't question it. I would be like, all right, that makes sense. The Denny's is just, why are you acting like that, Denny's? What kind of place is this? It's supposed to be a family fun environment. I'm over there, I can't even get bananas in my pancakes. Pancakes in my bananas. Speaking of out of control, I'll never forget, I went to, when we picked up my sister from the prom, and like, the kids I went to school with, we were just all a good time. It wasn't anything like, oh boy, I went to, and call me, maybe in your mind this is prudish, but I was like, I need to cover my sister's eyes. What's going on here? So I picked her from the prom, and they let these kids out, and they're all ripping their shirts off. All the boys are ripping their shirts off, and everybody's shirtless. All these high school boys after their prom are shirtless. And the girls are unbuttoning their dresses, and they're all drinking in the parking lot and smoking weed. I'm like walking through friggin' fog of weed smoke. You know how many accidents probably happened in the parking lot that night? My mom almost got into an accident. She went all the way up the curb, and she wasn't even high or drunk. It wasn't even her prom. But I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, what is this? Like, somebody win the Super Bowl or something? I was like flabbergasted. They ran out of, that's the first thing you want to do is rip your shirt off after the prom? Maybe it's just past my time. I'm not a millennial. I'm a millennial. I'm not a Gen Z. Thank the heavens. Because, some of these Gen Zs, man, they shouldn't even have a name. Just be them. But, I'm happy I'm in the millennial area. I think I just make it too. I think it's 1995 and I'm 1996. 1996. So, Whenever I do that, it sounds like Bill Clinton. And I don't want to sound like that, but because these 2000s babies, it's all TikTok and how can I prank my mom on the internet, or let me, I mean, not all of them, but just what I say, it's like just lip singing and shake that ass for the social media. I mean, wow, what a great comedy podcast this has been. So that'll break the silence. My flute. My trusty flute. Well, thank you for tuning in. This has really been something. I don't know what, but it's been something. So, stay safe out there in this world. I'm really praying for peace. I'm praying for peace. And I hope that as a country and as a world, we can all come together. Because this is stressing me out. This is stressing me out. I've been working more. I've been eating less. And all this stuff in the world is happening. This is just too much. It's too much for me to handle. Can that Febreze thing stop being so loud? It's literally like somebody screaming in my ear with these headphones on. But thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna dissect, not the news, but I'm gonna dissect more things and stop talking about Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, because I've had enough of it. You probably had enough of it, and I really never want to hear about her vagina ever again, to be honest with you. But it's just such an interesting topic, and I mean, if this really happens in real life and somebody tells me about that, I'm gonna say, what? Why would you spend $100 on that? So I guess we'll see, when that happens, what I'll do. Maybe I'll react differently. Maybe I'll just go buck wild. I don't know. If somebody tells me they smell like Gwyneth Paltrow's orgasm during this time, I might just lose it. Lose yourself in the music. So, if you have the scent, or your mother has the scent, or your daughter has the scent, just don't come near me, because I don't know how I'm gonna react. It's not a happy subject for me. Bugamo. All right, well, I'm gonna leave you now, because now this is just all getting out of hand. I spoke about her vagina for maybe 40% of this podcast, and it's time to move forward. Okay, people. If you want to hear about it, you tell me. Maybe I can find a new side of this story, but I don't think so. I don't. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Well, not see you, actually. You'll just hear me next week, cousins. We will live it up on this podcast next week. So have a great rest of your life, and see you soon. Hear me soon. You'll hear me soon. Gracias. That's Spanish for thank you. De nada. That means no problem. Or you're welcome. So I'm responding for you now. Okay, for real though. I'm going to leave now. Thank you.